Feuerstein here. So I've been issued a challenge to publicly prove that God exists and that atheism and evolution are illogical and just plain don't make sense, and without using a Bible. So here we go. You know, it's funny because a lot of times people that don't want me to use a Bible, they say things like, oh my God, I mean, that's just so illogical. I mean, evolution is the only logical explanation. But let's really look at how logical evolution really is. I mean, imagine that you've never read a history book and all of a sudden you're driving through South Dakota and you see a mountain with 4 big faces on it. Well, we know it's Mount Rushmore, but say you didn't. And say all of a sudden you see it, would you just assume that that was a product of evolution, that the mountain had just evolved that way? Or would you think that maybe that there had been an artist or a designer that had somehow carved those faces into that mountain? I mean, I want you to really think about it. Think about the house that I live in, or that even you live in. Think about the car that you drive. Those are complex beings, and yet each one of them has a blueprint. I mean, do you really think that the human body was built without a blueprint? Especially looking at DNA, the fact that inside of you that there's a 3 billion letter code that specifically tells exactly how you're made up. Doesn't that prove intelligent design? The fact that your body has a blueprint, how can it have a blueprint if it doesn't have a designer? I mean, think about the earth that we live in. Think about the fact that it's 8,000 miles in diameter. Think about the fact that it's 93 million miles from the sun. If it was any larger, well, the air would be far too dense and turn into water and cover the earth. If it was any farther or closer to the sun, we would either freeze or we would burn to death. Think about the fact that it's tilted 23.5 degrees, which allows us seasons. Think about the fact that it's the right distance from the moon, that when it spins, that it's able to control the tides. Think about the fact that the atmosphere is 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. I mean, even Stephen Hawking, the great physicist, had to admit that the universe and its laws of physics seem to be specifically designed for us. Now think about this. When it comes to evolution, the one reason that evolution can never match up with science is that an organism has never been shown to gain genetic information. So how could something evolve from an atom, well, to a human being? How could it become molecule to man? You know, I realize that there's a lot of people out there that draw pictures of apes and they're just this evolution into humans, but I could do the same thing with a flower and a windmill. But it doesn't mean that it's true. It's a good artist and a good story. But the fact is that there's not one organism that has ever shown us that it has added genetic information. In fact, science has actually proven that organisms lose genetic information over time. So how could something evolve when it's actually in the process of devolving? Another nail in the coffin of evolution? Well, this is just plain and simple. It's never been proven that life can come from non-life. End of story. Now, I want to tell you today that you have been designed by a God that loves you, a God that is life. And maybe today you're feeling inside of your heart, well, that you're just dead and you just feel down and you feel depressed. You just feel like you don't have any life left inside of you. I want you to know that through a relationship with Jesus Christ, that you can have that life yet again, that you can feel overjoyed, that you can feel full of peace and love and joy and happiness and all of these things. I was in your same condition not long ago, but now his love has filled me overflowing, and I feel the way, the truth, and the life, which is Jesus Christ. I want to promise you today that if you just begin a conversation with him, he's waiting to talk with you. He's waiting to have a conversation that I promise is going to change your life. So God bless you. Have a great day. If you agree with me, please take a moment and click share. That's how this message gets spread around the world. There's thousands of atheists that are out there that are waiting to hear this logical explanation of how the Bible makes way more sense than some theory of evolution. God bless. Have a great day. Like and comment below. If you're not my friend already on Facebook, click my name at the top of the video, and let's be friends. Let's be logical friends. We do life together every single day. God bless. Have a very, very beautiful day. Remember, click share if you care.